official drought-tolerant plant. Maddie, I'd like help with this in your sustainability stuff, but creating, let's just say we start with the plant and like this is the official drought-tolerant plant, and we can start discussing and promoting environmentalism, sustainability, and the fact that whether society likes it or not is where it's all going, and the nice green lawns of yesteryear, although that's beautiful in Minnesota, that it wouldn't be necessarily for
I think we have one.
This desert.
The Venice weed?
Oh wow, well, we're getting punchy, but without any objection, I think that our neighborhood council should start with a drought-tolerant plant, and maybe one of the blooming ones. Howard and I went to a fascinating, what would you call that? Kind of like a symposium that the assembly member put on.
Yes.
And there was a couple plants that bloom, that have really pretty yellow flowers.
Does it require much water?
No, they don't require hardly any water at all. Mr. Hendry.
I had a funny alternative to that, which would be, well, going back to 1913. The promoters of Van Nuys had Poppy Day. There were a lot of poppies around here. I wondered if we could bring back the idea of planting poppies on the face of the Sepulveda Dam.
Are they drought tolerant?
What do you mean,
I don't
California
know. They
poppies or
appear
poppies
when there's
that-
rain and they don't appear.
Yeah, opium poppies.
Oh, we could bring back the poppy.
Oh,
Poppy Day.
that would be a talk.
It was just funny, because in 1913 there were poppies here. Now you never see any.
Like the California poppy, the orange one,
Yes,
that's the state.
they were the same poppies that were in Lancaster.
Where did they
They
go?
were the same situation.
They were
Now they're
paved
full
over.
Yeah, they were
Oh,
eaten
yes. They're,
And don't forget, poppies are the flower for veterans as well.
ooh, you know what? And so long as it's drought tolerant and sustainable, that could be.
Don't think it is drought tolerant.
It's
No.
seasonal.
Well, let's definitely look into it because it shows that we're working on environmental stuff. So
we'll do the rain dance.
I make a motion
Okay.
that the Van Nuys Neighborhood Council established as an official drought tolerant plant.
I'll second.
With that, I call for the vote, Mr. Secretary.
Okay, 5 seconds. Okay, President Thomas.
Yes.
Vice President Benjamin.
Yes.
Secretary Hendry, yes. Mr. Lesrovitz.
Yes.
Pass.
All right, and then the last thing I have, and then I'll open it up to anyone else that wants to put stuff on the agenda, is we would like to hear from the office of the LA City Attorney, and specifically the DRP, which is the Dispute Resolution Program. One of the ladies that Joseph and I know that volunteer at LAPD just became an official mediator, and we asked her if she could come and give a briefing to our council. So
I think it's a great idea.
the Office of LA City Attorney to speak on and explain the dispute resolution program, and the brochure says they mediate all types of disputes, including government and public agency disputes. So we can have them come, and if anybody wants to dispute or complain, we can talk it out like a family, and I make a motion we put that on the agenda.
Second.
With that, I call for the vote, Mr. Secretary.
President Thomas.
Yes.
Vice President Benjamin.
Yes.
Secretary Hendry, aye. Mr. Lesrovitz.
Yes.
Pass.
All right, that's all I have, guys. Anybody else have anything for the agenda?
Yeah, I'd like to ask for a funding request. Is there any money left?
There's no money.
There's,
Okay.
what, $13, I think you said.
$13, okay, so
All
that's
right. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Did a good
I
job.
am Maura McCarthy. I'm here with Off the Wall Graffiti. I'm also doing a Great Streets initiative. So there'll be 2 that you'll be asked, and I'm the second one. I'd like to present that and have it on the agenda for your next meeting.
Perfect, so Maura,
M-A-U-R-A.
okay, McCarthy, and you're with?
Off the Wall Graffiti.
Off the wall. I like this off the wall.
Thank you.
Off the Wall Graffiti, and you are asking for a letter of support?
Yes, for the Great Streets.
Okay.
And then any funding? Because
When I
our,
get- when I get it,
okay,
we'll come back.
okay, for Great Streets.
So I'll take some time to present it to you.
Ms. McCarthy, give me one more sentence. With the city attorney wants at least 3 sentences for our agenda stuff. So I have Maura McCarthy to present from Off the Wall Graffiti. This gentlelady's asking for a letter of support for the Great Streets Initiative. One more sentence.
Great. And am I allowed to do 2 topics?
Sure.
Okay, and she'll also give you a general overview of what her org does for Van Nuys.
Okay. I make a motion, we adopt that language as is.
I'll
Can I
second.
amend a little bit?
Sure.
Instead of saying her org, her nonprofit.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Overview of what the nonprofit. I like it. All right, so I make a motion, we adopt that language as is.
Second.
With that, I call for the vote.
President Thomas?
Yes.
Vice President Benjamin?
Yes.
Secretary Hendry, aye. Mr. Lesrovitz?
Aye.
Pass.
Very good. Anybody have anything else?
I do. So, you mentioned the mediator and, what was it, dispute resolution? What was the proper,
Dispute resolution program.
program? So we need to leverage that because, as you all know, the city attorney has given you a letter that you are out of compliance with my document request. You are out of compliance with regard to the bylaws, and you are out of compliance with regard to code of conduct and what has happened in the last 2 months with regard to me. Also, I've been notified that the Great Streets program has listed Howard and Carino as their primary contact, and I'm chair of Sustainability Committee, which has been voted on, and this board also voted for me to represent it to Adam Schiff's Rim of the Valley Expansion Coalition. He's a congressman, and this program is just out of a council member who's limited to Van Nuys. So I would like to, again, request the Article 11 grievance process per our bylaws, as I did at the general meeting June 10th, and have the issues that are outstanding, including the issues identified in the letter, actually in the email from the city attorney's office that has not been complied with by the officers of this board since May.
Perfect. I think the dispute resolution program and the mediation is perfect to bring this up, and it'll be on the agenda, and we'll talk about it next week.
To the best of my knowledge, didn't the city attorney say that no existing disputes are outstanding at this point in time? That everything has been resolved?
I'm happy to bring to show to the full board.
That's what we'll do next week. It was my understanding they were still looking into it. I believe I saw an email from Carmen Hawkins or something. But yeah, that's the exact reason there is the mediation for governments, and we will dive into it wholeheartedly.
Great. I will also be following up with the Great Streets program tomorrow to level set on the misconceptions that have been presented through, through the various elements and misrepresentation of fact by officers of this board tomorrow.
All right. You are aware that your committee has not been sanctioned by Dunn?
There's no issues with Dunn with regard to my committee. I am aware that as of July 1st, the bylaws will be completed. And as far as Dunn is concerned, there are no issues, there are no conflicts of interest, and that my committee, that this board, the full board, thought that they were approving that night is going to be just fine. And I'm sure that by the general meeting on July, we're going to be just fine.
Okay,
All right, but you're aware that the committee does not exist at this point in time?
And I'm aware that the information that you have presented since April, May, is inaccurate. It is.
How is it inaccurate?
Because it is false. It is not what is in the bylines that this committee needs to follow.
It's not our bylaws that are in question.
Absolutely not what Dunn considers acceptable. And they will hopefully be there at our next meeting to level set.
Okay,
And we'll discuss it with the city attorney.
okay.
Well, to add that, then if we're gonna get done, we probably need to get Amber into this and let her know.
Then let's invite her.
And the city attorney.
Absolutely.
It is the office of city attorney that has the mediation.
Okay,
And just to level set, Amber is the one that's been guiding me, so I appreciate that you bring her up.
yes.
Thank you.
We'll talk it out like a family. Do we have anything else for the agenda?
No,
Going once. Going twice. I think this is a record meeting. It is my honor and privilege
it's in the record.
to agenda.